concerned, until Liverpool fix their structural problem, they're not going to win games. They're not going to win games. This issue is lingering, and I believe this one thing. Say what you want to say about Mo Salah not being informed. Don't say what you're going to say about Vix. But until Arne Slot fixes this structural issue that Liverpool has, which is having a pivot, there has to be a pivot in that midfield. Everybody can't just be running up and down. There got to be somebody that's going to coordinate that midfield. Transit Sports TV back again. Liverpool again lose another game. All competition, the last 7 games, Liverpool have just 1 win, losing 6 or thereabout, and it's not looking good anymore. Every weekend, EPL continues to serve us surprises. We think we know it all, and it shows up every weekend. And where I'm going to start from on this one, I just took my time today to actually look at strategically, tactically, and structurally what is wrong with Liverpool. First of all, something that you're not going to hold against the players is effort in trying. These Liverpool players, they are making effort. They are trying. But I have just one thing, one message for Arne Slot, and that is being arrogant to the basics of football, or he's been he's out of his depth. I said this a couple of seasons now about Liverpool, especially last season, the beginning of the season, but somehow they escaped it. EPL, we are either naive or overlooked it, and Liverpool somehow won the league last season. This season, that thing I was crying about last season, I think is beginning to happen. If you watch Liverpool, if you watch the games Liverpool have lost recently, most of the time it's just one pass. In football, there are basics. There are things you can talk about, tactics, you can talk about philosophy, you can say anything you want to say, but there are some basics. Liverpool play football. In fact, since under Arne Slot, they've not had consistent DM in that team. Even when Gravenberch is playing, he is not positioned in front of Van Dijk and Konate. He's all over the pitch, and that's why he gets goals here and there. So if you watch Liverpool, if you can go and watch back this game today, there was no protection whatsoever for Van Dijk and Konate. And Van Dijk is a defender we know, as brilliant as he has been for Liverpool, we know he's a player, a defender that likes to have everything in front of him. So once you constantly get Van Dijk to keep running back to his post to defend, there's always going to be a problem. And Arne Slot has refused to address this. He had McAllister on the bench, but he decided to play Curtis Jones in that position. Curtis Jones is not a DM. He's a fantastic footballer, but he's not going to be able to do that job for you. Okay, if you play him there as a deep line playmaker, who are the players in the midfield who are doing the work, who are doing the marking? Today, Brentford get their goal. It becomes a case of an urgency for Liverpool, and Liverpool completely lost structure. They were all over the place. It was just end to end. There was no structure. There was no strategy. It was just about let's get this goal, and Brentford scored a second goal. And this madness continued. So for me, it's just one thing. And Arne Slot, go back to the basics. We have watched great coaches. They do have these bad runs, and they will always tell you the best thing now is, well, let's go back to the basics. Play football the elementary way it's supposed to be played. And what does that do for you? It helps you to become difficult to beat, difficult to score goal against. And once you can build that confidence, even if it's just a draw, then you move into winning games. But the issue there is Liverpool are being, either Arne Slot is being arrogant that they're champions, they can do what they've been doing and they will get result, or he doesn't really know how to fix it. And either way, it's not looking good for Liverpool. If you have McAllister, play him in the DM position. Ask him to stay there, regardless of what is going on up front. Stay here and protect this defense. Every long ball and second balls, Liverpool are nowhere to be found, and you cannot win a game of football, especially in EPL, with that kind of mentality. All the teams, even Barcelona, PSG, that win games, that play fantastic football, they still find a way to have that structure. Liverpool are playing now with no structure. One time, Szoboszlai is playing the 8th position. The next time he's playing right back. Then he goes back to 8th position. What is going on in a slot? Can you trust yourself? Make a decision and stand by it. But for as far as I'm concerned, until Liverpool fix their structural problem, they're not going to win games. They're not going to win games. This issue is lingering, and I believe this one thing. Say what you want to say about Mo Salah not being informed. Don't say what you're going to say about Vix. But until Arne Slot fixes this structural issue that Liverpool has, which is having a pivot, there has to be a pivot in that midfield. Everybody can't just be running up and down. There got to be somebody that's going to coordinate that midfield. Football is played in triangles, so there's nobody forming that triangle, both defensively, like Van Dijk on his left, Kanute on his right. Then in front of him, another triangle, Szoboszlai on the 8th position, and maybe from Vix or somebody else. And that's how you form the base to attack. And what this does for you is, when you lose ball in transition, there is backup to start defending. But Liverpool, what happens? That Liverpool loses transition, and the next action is in their goal, and again Van Dijk becomes helpless. So let me know what you think in the comment section. What do you think is the main issue with Liverpool right now? Is it, and is this what I just said, or do you have any other thing to say? And I will see you again next time. Ciao.